Have you ever felt like you're trapped in a maze, surrounded by bills and debt, while the world outside keeps spinning? I have. For years, I kept up the front that everything was fine, even when I was actually sinking deeper into debt. Every new statement felt like a heavy curtain of shame dropping over me. I kept asking myself, how did I get here? The truth is, debt often isn't just about numbers. It's about choices, decisions, and even the lies we tell ourselves. What started as a small financial slip turned into a vicious loop of shame and denial. But here's the good news. We don't have to stay stuck in that loop. I'm going to tell you how I got to the point where I lied to the people I respect most, and how I started climbing out of it, not with a movie-style ending, but with a real beginning. Let's walk through this together, facing shame, breaking the lies, and most importantly, rebuilding our financial and emotional lives. Are you ready to take the first step? Let's go. My name is Nataly. I'm 38 years old, and I want to share a part of my story. I truly believe a lot of you are going to relate. For years, I lived behind a mask. On the outside, life looked perfect, but on the inside, I was drowning in debt. I worked, I paid my bills. I joked whenever the topic was money being tight. I even gave friends advice: save a little, avoid paying in installments. I liked that image. I needed it, so I could keep believing I had everything under control, that I could handle it. But the truth is, I was lying to myself. It started small. One purchase I justified as well-deserved, and when the first installment hit, I barely felt it. It seemed harmless. Then came the second payment plan, and the third, and before I knew it, I wasn't buying things anymore. I was buying relief. I'll never forget my niece's wedding. I wanted that dress and those shoes. And my best credit card was already maxed out. So I made up some excuse for my sister and asked to borrow her card. Something that would have felt completely normal between sisters. If I hadn't already been drowning in debt, lying, and piling on even more debt, this time in her name. I bought it, even though I had no idea how I was going to pay it off at the end of the month. And when I think back on it now, I feel so ashamed. I fell into a cycle where, every month, I felt more trapped, and the shame only got worse. My thoughts kept circling the same thing. Strategies to keep delaying the payments I knew would come due by the end of the month. I'd remember moments when I used to feel so happy and confident, but now all I could see were bills and receipts. It was like I was stuck in an endless loop. Shame is a powerful feeling. It kept telling me I was incompetent, that I'd failed. So instead of asking for help, I lied. I said everything was fine, that it was just a phase. But the truth is, every lie pushed me further away from a solution. It wasn't easy to admit that I wasn't only lying to other people. I was lying to myself. I'd look at friends and family and think, how do they do it? What would they do if they were in my situation? The comparison was eating me alive. I remember being at a party where everyone was talking about their financial wins. I just smiled, but inside, I was torn apart. I could feel my face burning, and it wasn't from the heat. It was shame. Comparing myself to other people only made my anxiety worse. One day, after yet another credit denial, I came home completely lost. I didn't even know what to do next. I sat down on the floor of my living room, surrounded by stacks of unpaid bills. I was basically in shock. My hands were shaking, They were sweaty. I think that feeling was something like hitting rock bottom. I still don't know how, but I closed my eyes and took a long, deep breath, trying to clear my head and calm my heart, which was pounding fast. I stayed like that for a few minutes, just trying to pull myself back together. And then I had a moment of clarity, something I hadn't felt in a long time. I realized I had to stop hiding. The debt wasn't only about money. It was about choices, decisions, and above all, my relationship with what I considered decent or acceptable. I thought about the values I learned growing up. Like money doesn't grow on trees, and you have to work hard to be successful. Those beliefs were keeping me trapped. I needed to change my mindset. I decided to talk to a friend I trust. With this mix of fear and relief, I swallowed my shame, pulled together whatever strength I had left, and told him what was really going on. To my surprise, he didn't judge me. Instead, he opened up about his own money struggles, and I could see pieces of myself in his problems too. That's when it hit me. I wasn't alone. This was something that haunted a lot of people. So, I started reading about personal finance. I discovered a whole world I'd barely known existed. And on that learning journey, I found blogs, podcasts, and books that talked about budgeting, planning, and, more than anything, having compassion for myself. I learned that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. The truth is, rebuilding my financial life wasn't easy. Every step is shaping, especially every time I had to go to the bank to renegotiate payments, ask for more time. Real numbers that actually fit my budget, but I kept reminding myself that I was on a learning path. I was learning how to fix a big mistake. I made a realistic budget, cut unnecessary expenses, and looked for ways to increase my income. I remember one time I sold a few things I wasn't using anymore. The feeling of freedom was unbelievable. Every small win gave me more confidence. I learned that rebuilding is a process, not a destination, and that helped me value every step. I'm still on this journey, but now I see money differently. Instead of fear, I feel curious. I want to learn. Instead of shame, I feel grateful for the lessons I've learned. It's a long, life-changing process. I'm learning the real value of money and what it truly costs me to earn it. Today, I can look at a purchase with a clear head and ask myself if I actually need it. And if I do, I think once, twice, even 3 times before I go through with it. If you're also struggling with debt or carrying shame, please know you're not alone. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Share what you're going through. Talk to someone you trust. Change starts the moment we decide to be honest with ourselves and with the people who matter most to us. Think of a friend or family member you trust. And if you can, talk to them about what you're facing. Open your heart. Sharing can make you feel lighter, and you might be surprised by how they respond. If this message spoke to you, share this video. Let's break the shame, cycle together, and build a supportive community. Comment below with one small win you've had on your financial journey. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that help us grow.